Why is Prince William going to the Pope's funeral and not King Charles?
Well, that's all protocol. I mean, the Pope didn't come to the Queen's funeral, as you remember. And actually, Prince Charles went to the last, not Pope Benedict, Pope John Paul II's funeral. He had to even postpone his service of blessing by a day, would you remember, 20 years ago. It's absolutely correct that it would be the Prince of Wales who goes, so I'm not at all surprised. The King doesn't go to those sort of funerals.
He does. I mean, I think historically, the late Queen, as you point out, didn't go to funerals because they don't want to associate the monarch with mortality, is my understanding. I think she went to Thatcher's funeral and she went to Churchill's funeral, but it's not the King's health, basically. It's not an issue where we're worried about the King.
I mean, the Queen, obviously, Sir Winston Churchill had a state funeral. Obviously, with foreign kings and heads of state coming, it would have been very absurd if the Queen hadn't been there. She led the entire nation on that occasion. She also went to Margaret Thatcher's funeral. The only other one she went to was King Baudouin of the Belgians. I don't know why she particularly went to that one, but she did.
Great.
Otherwise, she's always been represented.
Do you think William is the right guy for this?
Absolutely the right guy. He represented us very well at the reconsecration of Notre Dame Cathedral, and it's very good that he should go there. He might even have another chat with President Trump, who I understand is also going to be present.
Well, there's this move, isn't there, Bronte, for Prince William to be framed as like a global statesman. How do you think he will? How do you think he'll be at the Pope's funeral?
We've seen him do this more and more, as you've just mentioned with those examples, and this is just going to be the latest example of that, seeing him shoulder to shoulder with these world leaders. And we have seen him step up and be deputised in such a strong way for King Charles, because obviously with the King's health battles last year, even though that's not the reason for this one, he has had to step up a lot, and I do think he's doing it very well while juggling family life, and they've got the kids, and he and Catherine are sort of navigating this new era for them, which is a little bit different than it was prior to her getting sick. So I think that he's doing really well in stepping up to that role and showing the importance of the heir and that the role that they can play on the world stage, particularly with people like President Donald Trump, where they need to foster those relationships.
There's Hugo, are you a football fan by any chance?
I'm sorry?
Are you a football fan
No.
by any chance?
Oh.
Well, Prince William is.
Yes, he is.
He will be missing the FA Cup semi-final.
Well, I'm sorry, the Pope's funeral is more important.
The Pope's funeral is more important
Yes.
than
I wonder if it was a conversation, though. And they flagged it and he said, I'll do it, but no, I'm sure he knows. It's the Pope's funeral.
And what do we expect from William? Do we expect more from this, Hugo? Because as heir to the throne, as you rightly pointed out, there is protocol where he goes to funerals instead of King Charles. But is this a place where you think William feels comfortable? Do you think that the training has succeeded? Is he the right man to represent the United Kingdom on the global stage with other world leaders?
I certainly do, and we've seen him doing it already. And it's a little bit like if you go back to the last few months or so of the Queen's reign, when Prince Charles opened Parliament for her, when he presided over Trooping the Colour and things. It's all to do with preparation and eventual transition. He is going to be the next king. And so easing him into this role is the perfect way of doing it. And these events like the Pope's funeral, obviously this is a highly important occasion for the Catholic Church and globally, but it's also a diplomatic occasion. So he has the opportunity to meet other distinguished people and talk to them, and they get to know him. That's all very important.
Prince Louis, 7 years old. We were talking about Lilibet and Archie not seeing their cousins and family. I'm sure they will see on the internet or online, if they get the chance, a picture of Louis at 7 looking quite grown up, possibly.
So grown up. I can't
Time
believe
moves on, doesn't it?
It does.
Yes.
Suddenly he's 7 years old.
Yes.
What do you make of this of the photograph they put out? It was taken at Norfolk earlier this year. He looks quite smart because normally we're used to the playful young Louis, but he looks a little bit more sensible here. He's wearing a jumper and he's wearing jeans and he looks a little bit more grown up maybe.
Well, they're all, I mean, is it fair to say they're all so cute, those children? I mean, they're great. I mean, they should, whenever they appear, the world absolutely falls over itself, and so the more we see of all three of them, the better, in my view. And I thought that photograph that he took of his mother, which was rather interesting, showed a sort of, you may not have liked the photograph, it's quite dark in some ways in every respect, but it showed a sort of, inner intelligence, I thought.
I thought it was the same. It's such a cute photo. I like that this is the royal tradition that we get a new portrait of them on their birthdays. Yeah. It was a shame that Catherine didn't take it. But I love seeing her photos. But I think,
good,
yeah,
she?
she's really good. And last year, I think she was in the picture but she hadn't taken it, obviously, because she was in it. But yeah, a great photo of him, and I sound like such a parent because I have a 4-year-old, but where has the time gone?
Well, yeah.
How is he 7?
Enjoy every minute of it.
He looks so grown up, yes.
Can I say that I think he looks like Michael Middleton?
Oh, he does.
As well he should.
Already.
As well he
Yeah.
should, yes.
Yeah, there's definitely a similarity there. Obviously, yeah, as well he should.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a clear link there.
Right then, everybody. Deep breath.
Okay.
We have a little bit of time for our quickfire questions at the end of the show. Okay? Hugo, I'll come to you first, if that's all right. If you were to bag an invite into any royal event, what would you like to go to?
Well, I'm rather lucky. I do get invited sometimes. The Garter ceremony, I think. I've been to every one since 1965, and I'm looking forward to going again this June.
Inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside. You're inside the Garter ceremony.
Yeah, well, we won't get to that, but yes, I am, yes.
Oh, wow, that's
Do you get
fascinating.
a +2 or? If you get a +2, Matt and I will come along.
Well,
I'm always stuck outside watching everyone whiz past.
Right. Well, I've had a long association with St George's Chapel. I mean, when I was at school, I used to be a guide on Sunday afternoons. That goes back, it's nearly 60 years, I hate to say.
Wow.
And I'm still involved, so that's
I love
what's
St
fun.
George's Chapel.
It's wonderful.
glorious.
It's wonderful.
Mine's a little different. I would love to go to a royal Christmas. I think every family Christmas is a little bit of chaos, and I would love to see the royal edition of a Christmas, a family Christmas.
Hold on, Hugo, have you been invited to a royal Christmas?
No, but when I did the book with the Duke of Kent, he said that the exciting moment was when, because everybody was to put their presents in, and they would, the Queen would open the doors, and all the children would rush in to see what they were going to get. I mean, he became really animated when talking about that.
Next question. What would you title Tom Bower's new book on the Sussexes?
Oh, the knife goes in.
It's not bad. Got to take one of his pull quotes and make it like in crisis. What was it? Yeah, Sussex in crisis.
At crisis point.
There you go. That one. That's good.
Okay. On his 7th birthday, what is your favourite Prince Louis moment?
Oh, dancing, trooping the colour. It's got to be when he was doing the funny little dance. I love that video.
Yes, I think, and he was also good at the pageant, wasn't he? The Jubilee pageant. Yeah.
He's so fun.
Yeah. No,
I think during the Jubilee, we were called to a rota event, and it was kept very quiet, but all 3 children and 2 parents had gone to like a scout hut, I think, or they'd gone to a little scout troop. And there was one little moment, I captured it on video, where they're walking away and there's a curb, and Louis does a little skip and he jumps off the curb like it's almost like jumping into a puddle, and it was like the sweetest moment.
So cute.
yes.
And finally, if you were at the brainstorm session for Meghan Markle's brand name, what would you have offered up?
Oh, golly.
Yeah, look, I'm sure there's a million great puns out there. None of them are in my brain right now, but I would say this. I just wish she'd named it all one thing, either With Love, Meghan for all of it, or As Ever, maybe throw Meghan in there as well. For all of it, I just think it needed to be one name. American Riviera Orchard should have been shot down in the boardroom meeting immediately.
Yeah, I think, the With Love Meghan would be a good brand name if you were wanting it to be supportive of her, yes.
Okay. Well, it's As Ever, and it just goes on forever and ever, doesn't it? With
I
Harry
think
and
it's
Meghan, so.
quite likely to.
Yeah.